22 members.
Yeah, I was there too.
Yeah, okay, there's probably more there in that than there are here tonight. And we had 26 proxies. So we had probably
You want to pass it around so everybody can see it?
a more legitimate election than they'd had here in years, maybe ever, with that many votes.
Just pass it around.
Anyway, one of the reasons why we had walked around, besides having this meeting tonight, was to try to get many suggestions as we could. We got the go to court one. We got the petition a lawmaker or petition the Attorney General. So we've got the Attorney General here tonight. And another one, Mr. Tundi here, was to, hey, let's go to the election on the 29th and just elect somebody. Again, I mean, the path of least resistance is to play their game. I have a real problem with that because I know everything I've done here is legal and everything they've done is illegal, and that really toasts me. But I'm willing to get, you know, the alternative is if you burning money and not even possibly getting anything out of it. It's rough.
Excuse me. So they're making a meeting the 29th to make elections.
Yep.
Yeah, but let me show you this.
There's a new one.
I want to go around and show you that the guy that wants to be elected, he already signed at 2014, right? So they're trying to get an election. They're trying to get this candidate to be elected. He's not elected supposedly. He already signed. He already filed like as in 2014. So I'm going to go around showing his name and the day that he signed as a new board member. He already signed 2014.
Place. Are you gonna get the proxies like before? Because I'm not.
He's
sure
not
I'm gonna be
elected.
able to
He already
make it,
signed
but I do want to
2014.
have my say.
Yeah.
Those proxies, I'll give
No,
you my
but
proxies.
he's trying to get
Okay.
an election.
Well, look, I got this in an
He's not
email
even elected
today.
on the board yet.
From,
Yeah, and he already signed
Yeah, he's signing
2014.
the paperwork.
I don't
You see
remember
him.
her name.
Yeah.
Sent it to me. And so I haven't made copies or anything, but if we want to agree to that, we can do that. You know, if we do that, we walk in there with, somebody walks in there, anybody walks in there with 20 or 30 proxies, probably.
But the thing is that if you walk, to me it seems like actual bodies would be the better answer because the proxy, they're going to question them again.
Oh, well, yeah, as they state here, we're going to have to go, what's it say? No election results will be announced until all proxies received are verified with the owner of the said proxy turned in or received for this meeting.
How come their proxies are acceptable, ours aren't? That's a question.
Let me ask you something else. What time does this meeting start?
Theirs on the 29th.
Okay, well most people are just barely getting on the freeway on their way home from work at 6:45. So it's very difficult to be there. That's a very bad time.
Oh, well, I apologize for making this at 6. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's sign in at 6:15 and then hold it at 6:45. The last meeting, they gave you 10 minutes, 3 minutes apiece to have your piece to say something. So you really got 9 minutes to talk, and then they said, well, that's it, we're done here.
By the way, that's a conclusion of 90% of their meeting. When somebody questions either that or they bring the cops to escort him out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dean's not here today. The latest perpetrator.
That's my chair, bro.
Can't we go to people's court?
No.
To which one?
People's
People's Court?
We don't
Oh,
need to
which
wait.
channel is that, man?
That
Yeah.
election they're holding on the 29th, is that a general election or just to put a pressure?
I didn't.
The election they're holding on the 29th, is it a general election or just to put the treasurer in?
I don't know what you call it. All it's too. It's too. You didn't get this in there. Okay. But how are they gonna have elections? They don't send it to anybody. They just send it to us.
To the people, they need to be there. They want on their side, that's why.
They only want
What we should do is
just
we
a
need
question.
to
vote for them.
So, if we get any more letters from them now, like any violations that we get or fees that we have to pay, what do you advise us?
Oh, well, okay. Well, look, I've heard some things. I'm not going to advise anybody not to pay. Okay? But there's a lot of people that say that.
I have not paid, okay? And I have not paid based on the fact that, for one, they were out of compliance with the state. I found that online. I also found that whenever I asked about anything that concerned my house, Patricia would say, talk to the board. So I would then in turn ask her, who are the elected board members? Because the letter that she sends out to you states that if you find a concern, that you can talk to the board members about what, the violation. Okay. So I in turn asked her, who are the elected board members? To which she told me it's private, it's none of my business, and that she had forwarded. I have the emails, I can show them to you if you don't believe what I'm saying. She would forward my concern to the board, and and I can wait to hear from someone. I've never heard from anyone. And as far as the fees, like I told you, I refuse to pay my money to somebody that I don't know. I want to see a contract between Westwind Patio Homes and TCM. I want to see that contract to make sure that it's valid, because it seems to me that they've been operating invalidly.
Well, TCM hasn't filed with the state in quite a while. They're persona non grata with the state too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I read the page. Okay, they're calling to vote in 2 members of the board. Okay, they have their candidates, but they also have 2 open options for another 2 candidates. What I suggest is, since you already elected for us, what we could do is put your names on it, and even they say that we can sign this paper and give it to you, so you can represent us for the voting. Because that's their proxy. So the people who cannot go, I would suggest, you can get them to fill out their names, sign it over, and give it to the ones who want to go, so we can present them on the voting. At least we're going to have 2 members in already. So for the next election, which is, I think it's November or December?
It should be December 1.
Right. By December 1, says we'll have you decide already. Okay, we're gonna be
put your thumbprint on every single one of them. How can you dispute that?
See, we weren't going to be an outsider trying to spend a bunch of money trying to get them out, but we were already gonna have you in. Okay? So by December, okay, with you 2 inside already, we're gonna know exactly what's going on, and if we need to elect some more people and get the rest of them out, we can do that. See, at least we have advanced. I mean, we've been at this since last year. I know we have advanced in the part of getting organized a little bit, because we already made some elections, okay? But on the fact going towards the purpose of trying to throw them out, unless we spend a bunch of money, which we don't have, nothing's going to happen. It's going to pass another year. So my suggestion is, since we already elected you 2, put you 2 on this page, go to election, vote for you, and get you 2 inside. Once you're inside, we have this whole year, until December, to clarify everything, because you're going to be inside, so you have all rights to ask anything. And if they do not fine with it, okay, by December, we can kick them out.
Oh, he'll be thrown out just like that. He's on their board.
The deal.
They'll say, that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
We had somebody from our side there.
Yeah, but that's what we have to have more people to elect them.
Some of us don't
Okay,
even have
and see, you know, we can make copies of these pages. We can go. You already know the people who voted for you. You can go get all that people and try to get more people. By the time we get there, either are you gonna attend? If you're not gonna attend, sign the page with our names. You know, I give it to somebody who will attend. You don't even have to present the papers. Once you're, you know, there, they can.
And they're playing another game. Whenever it's to their advantage, they're incorporating all properties together to be represented at certain meetings. And if not, you know, if they know that we're going to give them headache or we're going to question something, they just go with their, you know, with the other property people.
Well, again, you know, if we're gonna elect the guys from this property and that election is called for that, so far what I see, you know, is, I mean, we don't lose anything trying. If we can get them in, this time, we don't lose anything trying, we get in. At least we're gonna have a feed inside. Now, if nothing happened, we're still on the same train that we were before.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably.
There's nothing to lose. I mean,
What is,
we have until
you
the
know,
29
does
in order to
everybody
get as
agree?
many signatures as we can. You know,
How many people would be able to be present?
You have to have a quorum of at
the
least
last time
17
they said it was a
homeowners
vote for 20
available,
people. How many
present.
Are
residents
there
do we have?
17 people that can go? Will y'all take a
Okay,
vote?
just need
Well,
to get
it
more
does
people.
not have to be 17 people or proxies.
Yeah, but I'm afraid about that whole proxy business.
Well, yeah. Well, nonetheless,
Because
proxies
they've already
proxies
questioned.
is a part of the vote. So if you've got 10 people and 30
what I'm
proxies,
saying.
it's
We
40
know
votes.
17 people showed up with their own proxies. And we go, then at least we, you know, versus me showing up with 17, then, you know, they could throw them in the garbage.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is that's what we need to get as many people as we can to get there. But what I'm saying to them is, you know, since they're going around, talk to the people, make sure who's gonna be there. If he ain't gonna be there, you know, make them sign a proxy. Okay?
Maybe we need
and
to
then
document
can give it to
things
any of
better,
us when we're there.
like this young lady's doing.
Are you recording us?
What I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
is
Just the
when you go
meeting.
to their
That's my
meeting,
niece, and I asked her to
should be on
record this for
record.
us.
When you hand them proxies,
Right.
you take picture of that. So let them and take pictures of the signatures of the proxy and everything for one reason.
The videotape
Because, of course, because they can throw it away, okay, and put any signature. They know our names. So, so what would be done then is that they're forging documents.
Yeah.
that's all.
When the recreation, the pool guys, when Natalie and Umberto were elected, Umberto walked in with 30-some proxies. You know, that's 583 total entities, but he had enough proxies himself to vote. And as it was, he and Natalie were voted on the board of the recreation. Because,
I wasn't that.
And what they were doing is they had a list of all 583, and they were noting proxy. So when you go in there, in that situation, you have to stand there and watch them note the book. And you say, this and this and this and this, and each one has to be done. So that took a long time in the process. If they do it properly, but you know what, the votes have to be.
I wouldn't put it past them to have 2 sets of books. Okay?
Well,
They'll mark it on this, then they put their, you know.
I would also definitely be suspect about the tallying of the votes. If there's not a neutral party that's there to not have any conflict with our side or their side or anybody's side, just a neutral party to tally the votes for. I mean, how do we know? You know, we can all go and vote, and you know, they can only count half our votes because there's no one there to really represent us.
And And the other thing is,
What can we do about that?
Request that somebody from our side be there, and them and us, we can count the votes.
Oh yeah.
That's generally,
I won't.
this situation, that's the best way of doing it.
Honestly, the vote should be ran by the homeowners anyway. It should not be ran by the management company.